we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get ready to get the comedians in here. My man Damian Jones in the building. D Jones, how you doing, sir?
Good morning. Am I first today?
Yeah, first today, because Howie's running late, I guess. Howie's running late, you know what I mean? But this is what we're going to do until the guys coming, because they coming. My man filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building too. Jay, how you doing, sir?
What it do, fellas?
First of all, before I jump into the show, how was y'all weekend, man? D Jones, how was your weekend, bro?
I was in Rhode Island doing comedy for the troops at an Air Force base. It was a surreal experience. Went on one of the planes where they parachute out of.
Yeah,
really dope. Yeah, really dope.
How was your weekend, Jay? How was your weekend, bro?
My weekend was wonderfully relaxing, Frank. I don't get many of those.
Bro, I know exactly what you mean. I don't either. I really don't either. All right, so let's get ready to jump into it, man. The first story is I'm sure you guys ended up seeing it. Let me put first while we wait for Howie. Let me put you up, D. You're gonna be in the top spot today, bro. You're gonna be in the top spot until Howie come in. Mike Sean's supposed to join us too, so we'll wait until they come in. But the first thing is, man, Doc Rivers was officially out as Milwaukee head coach, and the team announced it earlier today. The Bucks are going to continue to give him his 8-figure salary for this upcoming season, well, for the rest of the season and next season. Sources are telling ESPN. And according to this article, the franchise and Rivers are discussing whether he'll move on to an advisory role with the organization. D Jones, I have a lot of thoughts about this, bro. What's your first immediate thought when you hear that Doc Rivers is officially out as Milwaukee Bucks head coach?
Excuse me, but he was out 82 games ago as head coach. I feel Doc has not been doing a great job the last 2 seasons with the Bucks. I'm surprised it lasted this long. They fired the one guy who had a good record. Then they brought in Doc, and everything just went downhill, man. I thought he'd been gone. So, bye-bye.
So I take it that you good with that. Okay, you okay with that? All right. Well, Jay, where you at with Doc Rivers being officially out as head coach of Milwaukee?
Listen, Glenn Doc Rivers has stolen a lot of money. Okay? Yeah. So for him to be out right now, he's still going to get his bread because the contracts are guaranteed for the coaches. Right. So I ain't going to cry for him, man, because all he's going to do is end up back on NBC, back on ESPN, or back on Prime or something like that, getting more money to commentate about the job that he hadn't been good at. Right.
Honestly, my thought is this. I don't think it's going to go well for them keeping Giannis, and I think they did this to try to make sure they see if they could figure out a way to keep Giannis. That's what I think they did, because I think him and Giannis had a lot of friction, man. That's the first thing I thought of. So that's why I wanted to ask if either one of you all was going to bring that up too. But I guess y'all did.
Frank, but it proves that it was the wrong move.
Right.
When they fired, was it Adrian Bradley? What was his name?
Right before, the coach
Bradley, right? That was his name. Because they had the best record in the East.
Yeah.
When they fired him.
Yep.
To bring in Doc Rivers because he's a championship coach.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you bring in one voice who no one's listening to, and you replace him with a voice that everybody was listening to.
All downhill.
Yep, fast. All right, D Jones, we gotta go on to the next man. The next thing is, I don't know if you paid attention to this, D Jones, but according to the NBA, the LA Clippers made NBA history because the Clippers were 6-21 as of December 20th. Coach Ty Lue, ahead of the game against the Lakers, told the media, "Our main focus is to try to be 35-20 for the rest of the way." But the rest of the way, they were 36-19, becoming the first team in NBA history to finish above 500 after being 15 games below 500 at any point in the season. And they are the scariest team faced coming into the playoffs, D. How are you looking at this, bro?
If you get Kawhi to play over 60 games, this was what's going to happen. I think Kawhi played 65 games, and you see the results. Kawhi is a monster. So, and Ty can coach. Darius Garland came in there and was an upgrade from Harden, it looked like. Right. So I'm not surprised. They still in the play-in, so I think they'll beat Golden State. But they're not getting past the first round. But congratulations to making it to the play-in, I guess.
What's your take on this? bro, Jay, this got to be historic though, right? I mean, it's something to talk about, right, Jay?
I mean, if they the first to do it, I mean, yeah, I guess it's something. But as a person, who spends a lot of time around lawyers, like one of the things that lawyers like to, prosecutors and lawyers like to do in court when they have a person testifying, where they change their story.
Yeah.
They love to say, "Were you lying then, or are you lying now?"
Right.
Right. So I asked the Clippers, "Were you bullshitting then?"
Yeah.
Or are you bullshitting now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Because there's no, clearly there was no reason for you to be 15 games under 500.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing did happen. They did get James Harden out of there.
Yeah.
And they did bring in Garland from Cleveland, who was pretty much in no man's land with Mitchell, and them needing to pay him, deciding whether they're gonna pay him or not. So he's balling out there. So maybe he's the secret ingredient to all of that.
D Jones, you agree with that? Is Darius Garland the secret ingredient? You believe
he's a great point guard. He's not gonna turn the ball over like James Harden. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna dribble, either shoot at the last second or pass at the last second. Mm-hmm. And I think he's just a compliment to Kawhi.
Okay,
he's coming to everybody on the team that can score.
Yeah.
He I think he's a difference, man, because what they didn't add in that statement, I don't know if y'all noticed, is they didn't say when Darius Garland immediately came, because he came around right before the trade deadline, which is in February, and we see a historic thing happening since that. Speaking of this, D Jones, we got to talk about somebody who I thought was going to get fired, and he didn't get fired, and that's the coach Doug Christie. He has a 22-60 record with the Sacramento Kings. Sources telling ESPN he's initially, stepped into the job December 2024, and because they were happy with him being an interim head coach, they decided to keep him after they fired Mike Brown. So, are you surprised he's still there, D Jones? Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised Doug Christie's still on as a head coach.
What time is it?
It's
he might get fired before this show over with. Is what I'm saying. This season's not over. He ain't gonna be there too much longer. He out of here, man. Him and his wife probably about to be gone.
Nah, they said they keeping him. They said they keeping him.
Did they?
Yeah, they said they keeping him.
Oh, they don't want to win no games.
Maybe they want a couple of draft picks. Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
But they already got those. I don't know what Sacramento. Sacramento ain't been good since Weber and Bibby. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Where you look at this, Jay? How you feel about this?
Listen, man, he wasn't fired because he did what your boy would not do for the Miami Dolphins.
Which was?
Take them L's. And they said, Dougie, we need you to take a whole lot of losses for us, man. We need some draft position. We need some players that we can market in Sacramento. Because Sacramento, I don't know if you've ever been. I haven't. But what I hear, it's a terrible place. There's nothing up there. There's nothing to do. Mm-hmm. And, so there's no reason for fans to buy tickets anymore. And that's crazy because every year for like a decade, they led the NBA in attendance.
Right.
So for them to be where they are right now is crazy. So maybe they're just trying to get players that they can really market around until they got to pay him, and then they become the Clippers all over again, under Donald Sterling. But no, I mean, they're going to keep him, man. I mean, one, it tells me the players like him, quite possibly. But two, they want to lose, man. Everybody's tanking. Maybe he's a master tanker. Like he's so good at losing to that the NBA can't even figure out how, how he's doing it. No investigations.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that 100%. Okay, so with that being said, I want to take a quick moment here, man, before I ask you all the questions of the day. Did either one of you all happen to pay attention to what Tyrese Halliburton said and what's going on with on social media with Tyrese? Have you paid attention to this, D Jones? You see it?
I just seen him say it was a lot of injuries going on and they'll be back next year. I seen he gained like 20 pounds.
He gained a lot of weight, bro. He gained a lot of weight. He gained so much weight, and he's having so much issues with his health right now, taking these pills and shingles and stuff on his eyes. I think he said his eyebrows and everything else. He looks a mess, and the people are really coming at him on social media. Man.
So he got shingles? I didn't know he got shingles.
Yeah, they were saying he got on his eyebrows. Yeah.
Two years ago on Christmas, I woke up and thought a spider bit me in the face. Come to find out I had shingles, and I was like, I thought this was an old man thing you get. You know
I had shingles too.
Right.
Like
but
8 years ago.
My eye, like I couldn't see.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like it. I thought a spider, but I'm like, what is this? I went to the emergency and everything. Like after 2 days, I couldn't see at all. It just covered my eye, and it was like, you got shingles, and it's gonna. They give them some antibiotics or something. It go away real fast, but I didn't know what it was, and on your face is very noticeable. I just think maybe he been relaxing. He had a foot injury. You gonna eat. He wasn't like Jason Tatum, so we see that. He did the opposite.
He did everything Tatum didn't do.
Yeah, he did the opposite.
Yeah. How you looking at this, bro? Because it is saying that the shingles is affecting him and his comeback and everything else, man. That's what they're saying. So what's your take on this, Jay?
Hey, listen, man. Anybody who ain't had shingles, I don't want to hear from you, bro. Shingles was the single worst experience of my life. Wow, and I had it on my back. You know what I'm saying? Like on my face would have been cool, I guess. I mean, like I could have dealt with like being able to see out of one eye, but I had it, man. To where it was just killing me, man. My back hurt, man. Shooting. I mean, it was 24 hours, 7 days a week pain, bro. So I mean, so it's nothing to play with. But I don't understand how you're getting overweight if you're properly rehabbing.
Right.
And to have shingles on your face, they ain't affecting your legs, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can do something, man. So I don't know, man. It sounds to me like a little bit of depression, to be honest. Like he got down on himself and he just started doing all that stuff, man. Oh, think about it. Last year, they showed him in his candy habit.
On TV.
Like he loves to eat a bunch of candy all the time. So clearly not playing, to like burn those calories, consistently and still maintain the same candy habit. That's probably what got him.
Yeah, well, he did come online and say that the medication is there to make him gain weight. He did come across and say all that. He did say
medication.
That.
Yeah, I mean, the side effects, everything.
Yeah, definitely. Before we jump into the rest of this NBA playoffs and stuff, I want to make a quick announcement, D. Jones, and let you know that the NBA announced 36 officials selected to work this season, and they picked another female. She's going to be the third woman in league history. Her name is going to be, her name is Violet Palmer, and she's joining Ashley Groomer, and she is basically joining a group. There's only 3 women in the league who's playing, and Patricia Sago, I think her name is on the list. So that's another female NBA official. What's your take on the NBA? Because you do remember that the NBA is getting sued, or is it the NFL? NFL is getting sued by female official, and the leagues themselves overall are kind of nervous about bringing in more women because they're scared of lawsuits and stuff like that. What's your take on the NBA being open arms, D. Jones?
I only like one official in the NBA. Anyway, it's the one black guy. He's so funny when he come to the scorers table and tell y'all what's going on. I cannot think his name, but dude is hilarious. I haven't seen a lot of great female NBA officials. It seemed like they kind of want to take over the game a little bit. Because like I got authority. I'm the official. But hey, a great opportunity for her. Women's rights. Another woman got a job, and I'm happy to see it. And I don't want to say nothing negative about women, so I'm trying to be as nice as possible.
I see.
Love women's.
Jay,
I love a women.
Jay, how you look at this, bro?
D. Jones made me think about the dude, man, from St. Louis who said he wasn't gay anymore.
That's where it came from. Women's.
He said, I will marry a women. he couldn't even say it right. He was so gay, he couldn't even say it. Hey, man, listen, I feel like I grew up, man, with like a lot of tomboy girls in my neighborhood who really love basketball. And if you like sat and you talk ball with them, they knew ball. And so I think that the NBA found those people. Like, they can't play in the NBA, man, but the game is the game is the game.
Right.
And if they know the game and they know the rules, man, I think they need to go get more women, in all honesty, man, because that's an easy game to integrate women into that process. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually happy to hear that.
All right, so now's the time, man. I want to start asking y'all NBA questions. Okay, I don't know where D Jones went. I'm gonna ask you all the questions. I guess we're gonna have to wait for D Jones to come back, Jay. I'm gonna ask you some questions about NBA, questions of the day, like MVP this season and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start at the top while we wait for D Jones. There goes D Jones. All right. Well, since you're there, D, I'm gonna put you back first. We're gonna ask the questions of the day, G. And this is NBA playoffs related. Who is your MVP of the season? Since the NBA officially ended yesterday, give me your MVP of the season.
Well, I'm gonna give it to the guy who's in first place in his conference.
He's not qualified.
No. It's not. He asked me who my MVP was.
He's not qualified.
And I'm gonna go with SGA, man.
Okay, what?
31 is because my guy not qualified. 31.6 assists, number one in the toughest conference in the NBA. He damn near unstoppable on offense. He got his team rocking and rolling. They're in position to win another or get to the finals again. And I'm gonna just be honest and go SGA.
All right, SGA is yours.
But in my heart,
in your heart,
it's Cade Carlton Cunningham. Okay. That's in my heart.
I'm glad I didn't ask you questions for your heart. I'm glad I didn't do that. Jay, let me ask you. NBA MVP this season.
First, let me find a piece of paper. I got to document that D Jones did not say a Piston. You got to write this down. I got to document this day, bro.
You definitely got to do it today.
I'm always real.
Disqualified be damned. He would have said it anyway. There's something wrong with him today, man. Listen, I think D Jones got cloned. For me, it's Wemby. Because of how young he is, how dominant he is already, and because OKC can't beat him. So if Shea can't beat this guy that's in the Western Conference, then I feel like that dude is just that much better than everybody else, man. Shea and all his whole crew can't get past that man. So for me, it's Wemby.
I got a question.
What's your
Has
question?
anybody ever won MVP and not been in the top 10 of scoring? Because that's Wemby.
But he's so dominant in so many phases of the game.
8 feet tall.
Still.
That's a good question. I'm gonna ask White Chocolate when he gets in there. That's a good question. I'm gonna ask because I can't think of one person who ever did that. I can't think of one.
Maybe Bill Walton, maybe.
Because his most valuable player is not who's the best scorer.
But they never give it to the most valuable player because they did it beat Cade Cunningham.
I don't know about that, bro. It might be Jaylen Brown too. It might
be 63 games.
I knew that was gonna come up.
You knew it was gonna come games. Up. You knew it was gonna come up. So I don't know why you act that way. Shout out to all the people on YouTube tuning in and giving us, and a lot of them on YouTube are saying
whoever told him to stop doing that Beijing might be his most valuable player.
Here we go. All right, let me ask you this question, bro. D Jones, most improved player from last year to this year.
There's a lot of candidates. I like the young boy from Atlanta. He did great. Dennis Jenkins from the Pistons. He was in the G League, and he's one of the reasons why we in first place. But I'm gonna go with this man who's averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds. A year ago, he was not doing this. He was just a role player. But this year, he's an all-star. And that is Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons. They're not going to give it to him. But most improved, man, he should really get that. I know he's going to
be another Piston player. I knew you were going to find a way to get everybody on the Pistons.
I didn't pick a Piston for MVP.
Yeah, but you said it because it was in your heart. So
it was in my
right.
heart.
He still put it out there.
He put it out there. It's in your heart. It was in your heart.
You gonna say Luka Garza or somebody, so it don't matter.
No, I am not. I can't stand Luka Garza. Luka Garza is not my dude. You know what you know who I'd pick for my most valuable, my most improved player is the kid who got traded from Philadelphia to OKC. That's my player. Of that kid, that guard. I got to think of his name. That guard's balling out. And if I had known I was going to answer this, I would have looked it up.
Who's your answer for MVP though?
My is Wemby. Wemby's my MVP. Even though I'd love it to be Jaylen Brown, but it's got to be Wemby. It's got to be Wemby. Jay, give me your most improved player of this season.
It's gonna be unpopular, because he really should be more in the MVP conversation. And the fact that he plays for the Celtics, it hurts my soul to have to say this.
But go ahead. You can say it. I help soothe your soul. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Go ahead.
But to me, Jaylen Brown took his game to another level this year. And he was good, man, but he always had obvious flaws in his game that teams could exploit. And he went and worked on all of that. Like it's hard, to like see a dude that's most improved, because they like to see the cat who was trash juice, who became something. You know what I'm saying? But to me, Tatum was out, bro. I mean, like they needed everything that he did, and he had to elevate his game to lift that whole team up, man. So to me, he's the most improved player in the NBA to me.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad.
He didn't take the leap Jalen Duren took.
He took a bigger leap, bro. He took a bigger leap.
I don't think it was that big of a leap. He was already elite and an all-star.
But Duren's probably going to win it. He's probably going to win it because his team's in first place.
The dude from Atlanta.
Alexander Walker?
Yeah. Or the other guy, Jalen Johnson. Who
is SGA's cousin. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well,
all these damn hyphenating.
I don't understand how you could do Jalen Duren. I just don't get it, because most improved play, like there's a lot of players, and Jaylen Brown to me is not most improved because he was already good. Like he was balling. Like he was.
Yeah, but he wasn't what he was this year, man.
Now he did a couple more points, but he did do some stuff. Like he just got overshadowed by Jason Tatum. So I mean, I see what you're saying, but when you watch all the games, I don't know. All right, let me ask you this, D Jones. Rookie of the year this year. Who you got for rookie of the year?
I done told you who my rookie of the year is.
Yeah. But who your rookie of the year, D Jones?
From Detroit.
Here we go.
That's why I had to write it down, Frank.
Here we go.
That's why I had to write it down. I had to document it.
You know what? It should be co-rookies, really.
Okay.
They did it for Jason Kidd and Grant Hill. And I think I don't want to just because they're gonna give it to Cooper Flag. But I think Knipple and Flag should have co-rookies of the year, man. I think Knipple's the third option on his team. Mm-hmm. So it's not as hard for him. All you gotta do is run screens, get open, and shoot. And he shoot the blood out the ball. Mm-hmm. Cooper Flag is playing point guard. He's the focus on the team. They gotta stop him. Mm-hmm. So I think it should be rookie of the year.
That's not a bad idea. Jay, who is your NBA Rookie of the Year?
To quote the great Mark Twain, he said, "There's lies, damn lies, and statistics." Okay? If you're talking about statistics, you be like Cooper Flag. But if you want to like really look at like who really tore this league up as a rookie, it's Knipple. Mm-hmm. Like to me, that dude, he presents so many problems, for like defenses, trying to figure out how to play him. And to me, he was good day one. Mm-hmm. It took Cooper a little bit of time, to kind of find his foot. I mean, he's younger, but he's only a year younger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, Knipple, is like a college senior, 22 years old, and Cooper's an 18-year-old freshman. Nah, he was they're basically the same age. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's Knipple, for rookie of the year, but they're gonna give it to Cooper Flag.
Okay, I agree with everything y'all both said because I think those are the two that everybody's gonna talk about. Let's ask this next question, bro. Who is the coach of the year? D Jones.
What? Maybe you should just skipped him.
I know where you're gonna go.
You gotta think about it.
Let me think. You got San Antonio coach did a great job.
He did.
Boston coach, Missoula. He's a little weird, a little strange.
Yep.
Great job.
Yep.
Atlanta's coach.
Yep.
Phenomenal job. Okay.
Quinn Snyder.
Phenomenal job. OKC coach again.
We still don't know his name.
I'm gonna go with this guy, Eastern Conference. Last year, I think they won 44 games. This year, they won 60. Okay, that's a hell of a jump. I can't remember his name. I believe he's the coach for the Detroit Pistons. And maybe JB Bickerstaff.
Yeah, that's a big stretch for 44 games and 60, D Jones. That's a big stretch. But no, I can't agree with that.
What you mean? Nah.
I can't agree with that one, D Jones. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that one. Can't agree with
what?
That. Can't. But let me ask Jay what his thoughts are. Jay, who do you think is the coach of the year? And maybe I should add this on. Who made the biggest difference to their team as coach and the coach of the year? Maybe that's a better question. Who you got, Jay?
Listen, man, I gotta go with D Jones on this.
Okay.
I gotta go Detroit because nobody had them doing better than third or fourth in the East. They won the East. And they've had Cade in and out of the lineup all season long, and he won with people that nobody expected anything out of. That's coaching. You know, like now it's easy, to look at San Antonio and say, well, they're young, they weren't really good a couple years ago, but he has Wemby, they got Castle, they got Vassell, and this dude won the Eastern Conference with Cleveland, the Knicks, the Celtics, and everybody else in the East. Ran away with the conference all season long with players that you can't even name. D Jones can, but me and you can't name that lineup, bro. And and neither can any other casual fan. So to me, that's all about the coach. So it has to go to him, in my opinion.
Okay,
Frank, who you got?
Okay, see, this is where the disrespect is. I'm getting sick of the disrespect that y'all keep showing to my Celtics, man. I don't understand this.
No, man.
Missoula took a team. Hold on, that you always talking about was going to be the 8th, 9th, or 10th seed, and this was a gap year for them. They weren't expected to win more than 32 games. Those dudes won 52 games, and then ended up being the second in the East. And if they had won 5 more or 6 more games, they would have topped Detroit this year. And to me, that is coaching. He took a boatload of guys who had a whole bunch of, a little bit of problems here, a little bit of problems there, and put together a team that nobody saw coming. And Joe Mazzulla should be coach of the year. And I don't know how you can dispute that.
First of all, Frank, I shouted out Boston and said Frank did a great job. So
you said he did a good job, but you didn't
Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla is the coach of the year. You didn't say he should be coach of the year. That's
he shouldn't. Listen.
No.
Nobody picked who. Matter of fact, we 7th in odds and winning the whole thing anyway. When the season first started, no Tyrese, no Jason Tatum. Who did they say was winning it? The Knicks.
That's true. Everybody had the Knicks.
Everybody had the Knicks. They still had us 4th or 5th. We whooped the Knicks like they stole something.
So let me ask you this, D. Jones. Since the Knicks didn't make it 1st or 2nd, and they came in as 3rd, do you think Mike Brown is one of the listed as probably the worst coach of the year now? Do you think he's in the? No. Do you think he's a horrible coach? Like, what are your thoughts about him, Mike Brown, coach? Because he was supposed to have the Knicks and he basically got the same team back. He was supposed to have the Knicks get the #1 seed, and he didn't do it. He let Boston beat him. It was supposed to be a gap year, and Detroit came out of nowhere, and the Knicks are still in 3rd. What's your take on that, D. Jones?
Well, we beat them by an average of like 45 points, and that's not a lie.
That's not a lot of points to beat somebody by.
No, I said that's not a lie. Like we literally
this
season beat them by an average of like 45 points. I don't think he's the worst. I think Mike Brown has been what he's always been, a mediocre mid-range coach. He won early because he had LeBron. We can coach LeBron. It's probably the easiest thing to coach because LeBron is the coach. You know what I'm saying? And then he went to Sacramento. He peaked for a
turn them around.
Yeah.
I never thought Mike Brown was like some great coach. I would have.
But he did a good job in Sacramento, though. You got to give him that. He did a great job.
I would have went and got the coach that Denver had let go of.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's who I would have went and got. I think he's a much better coach.
He's now in college.
He's now in college. Too late. So
nobody
needs
wanted
to get Doc Rivers next year. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, Jay. What you think about Mike Brown's coaching of the New York Knicks this season? Especially, I think you're a Knicks fan too. So, especially coming from a New York perspective, what's your take?
I'm not a Knicks fan. I live here, so I have an appreciation for the teams here.
Okay.
Fun fact, fellas. What place did the Knicks finish last year under Thibodeau?
Third.
How many games did the Knicks win last year?
Don't remember.
They won 51 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
How many games the Knicks won this year?
52. 53. Okay.
So he didn't lose position, and he won 2 more games than Thibodeau did last year. But somehow he's a failure?
But Jay, he was expected to be in the number 1
I don't give a damn about expectations, bro. That don't matter.
That's true.
The question is, was he a bad hire? Well, if he stayed in the same position as the base point, you didn't lose ground, but he won 2 more games. So that means everybody was better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because 51 games last year was good enough for third. If they won 51 games this year, they'd be in 5th place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So no, he was an excellent hire. Plus that's his first year there. So it takes a while for players kind of acclimate. And remember, like they kind of started off okay, and then they had this lull, where they were just getting knocked out, and then they got hot again. So that's kind of to be expected. So to me, I think he was a great hire because Tibbs ran no offense, man. I mean, that team was terrible offensively.
That part is very true. I used to hate seeing what's his name dribble at the top of the key for 22 seconds.
Shooting.
Yeah, I used to hate seeing it. And I'm not even a Knicks fan, so I was like, I know he's driving them people crazy. Okay, D Jones, let me move on to we did the most improved, we did the rookie, we did the coach. Now we got to do what you suggested, which I didn't think is a bad idea. Best defensive player of the year. D Jones.
Oh man.
This can only be one person.
That ain't even hard.
Yeah,
that's not hard at all. Asor Thompson from the Detroit Pistons. He leads the league in steals. He's top 30 in blocks. Wemby not nowhere in the top 50 in steals.
D Jones, I swear to Black Jesus, bro.
I'm being honest. Wemby's got the wingspan of an airplane, okay? Now, hard to lead the league in blocks. It's hard to lead the league in steals. But nobody talk about that. Asar is he can defend everybody but maybe the center. He's the greatest defender in the NBA right now. He looks like Dennis Rodman when Dennis Rodman played for the Bad Boys. So y'all gonna see it when you watch the playoff games. I swear y'all will. He's not gonna win it, but he should. And that's my defensive player of the year.
And what team does he play for, D Jones?
The Detroit Bad Boy Pistons.
Gee, I wonder what team you root for. I know. Jay, this is an easy one, but at least I thought it was an easy one until I heard his answer. So Jay, give me your answer. Who you got defensive player of the year?
It's Victor Wembanyama, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just not close. I mean, the way he impacts the game and changes everybody's game plan. Like everybody has to rearrange anything that they're trying to do offensively. And to like affect the game the way that he affects the game is just. I'm trying to find how many blocks a game he has. He's averaging 4 blocks a game, and not only that, he can guard on the perimeter. Like guards just don't blow past this guy. He's 7'4".
Mm-hmm.
Now put that other tall Frenchman out there on the perimeter. To guard a point guard and see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Gobert.
Yeah.
I mean, they say Gobert.
Yeah.
Rudy is barbecue chicken out there, trying to keep a guard out the paint. Wemby, bro, that guard got to rethink. What he gonna do? Mm-hmm. So to me, it ain't even close. It's
which one's harder? Which one's harder? Wemby get blocks or Sarr getting steals?
Blocks are really hard, man.
I think
not when you're 30 feet tall.
Blocks are really hard.
Yeah, I mean,
the league in steals to me is.
Yeah, that's hard too. That is hard too.
Hard.
It's hard, but
yeah.
I mean, but it's not about the stat itself. It's about your influence on the game. Like
that's about you're right.
Like he changed your whole shot chart.
Yeah, how do you change the game? How can you
we
change
don't win 60 games without Asar.
I'm just saying, like, he changed your whole shot chart. Like, everything's different, you know, when you play this dude.
All right, so let me move on. White Chocolate, you want in? I think White Chocolate wants to get in on this. White Chocolate, you want in on this?
I can't speak about the defensive players of the year, but I will say most improved. One of these days, you guys are gonna make me crash. Whoever said Luka Gaza, dude. I was like,
D Jones, man.
I was like, Mr. Ed almost won. Mr. Ed almost won most improved player. He looks like Mr. Ed. I'm sorry.
I will say, DJ come up with some stuff to make you laugh. He does do that purposely.
I'm dying.
D Jones is ridiculous, bro.
Listen, my nominee for most improved player plays for the Celtics is Neemias Queta. I think he took a huge leap this year. Queta, how do you say his last name? The center.
Neemias Queta. Yeah.
Him. He took a huge leap in at least in the second half for sure. After they got
serving glizzies.
Listen,
he's blocking shots, scoring. Yeah, don't worry. You go see him. You go see him. You gonna see him. You gonna know his name. You gonna know his name real soon, DJ.
That's all I got. And Frank, to answer your question about has anybody won the MVP without being in the top 10?
Yeah.
Steve Nash did it twice while averaging 15 to 18 points a game. Magic Johnson did it 3 times. Larry Bird did it twice, and Moses Malone did it once or twice. So there's been a couple guys.
I knew White Talk would have the answers to that. All right, so right there.
So a lot of times.
We did most improved rookie, coach, defensive player of the year. Now this is the question that is not a simple question. Biggest surprise of the year by a team or a player. D Jones, you go first. And I know it's gonna be Detroit Pistons.
No.
I'm
not gonna say Detroit.
All right.
Second biggest surprise of Detroit. To me, the biggest surprise is the impact Tyrese Halliburton had with the Pacers. Because without him, they were terrible. Like, I didn't know they were going to be that bad. You still got Siakam, still got some role players, but
they lost the center though.
Yeah, they lost the center.
Yeah, but Miles Turner is trash juice. He got worse. If you want to say the not most improved, but the worst, it was him. They spent too much money for him. His numbers went all the way down, and he wasn't even playing with Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the biggest story for me was how bad the Pacers was. Psych, it's the Pistons. We won 60 games. That's the biggest story. 2 years ago, we won 20. We lost 28 straight games in a row. We were supposed to have the number 1 pick and get Wemby, and they cheated us and gave us like the 18th pick. But you know what? JB prevailed.
That's right.
Prevailed. Trey Langdon prevailed. And me, as like the Spike Lee of the Pistons, we did it.
All right, Jay, give me yours. What's the biggest surprise of the NBA calendar season, team or player?
So the piggyback, D Jones, man, I find it ironic that they didn't want to put the Frenchman Lucien Detroit. I mean, the city's name. The city got a French name. I mean, it was made. He was made to be there.
He was, and they cheated us.
Yeah. Biggest surprise for me. I mean, let me say this. One of the biggest surprises for sure. I was improved. I mean, really impressed by the Pistons. I can't not say that. Boston, huge surprise how well they did this year. With Tatum being out. But then I kind of told y'all, man, I ain't believe in Tatum like that. So all they did was confirm what I said. Bam getting 83. Huge shocker. Like I knew Bam was a good offensive player. I didn't know he was that good of an offensive player. And players will tell you, like NBA players say all the time, like Bam's a problem. Fans don't know that because they don't know basketball. They just know commercials. And I'll say the other one that's really surprising me, I'm surprised at the Lakers. Like the Lakers are, I mean, they're like a serious contender this year, and I just chalked them up to a team that's probably going to finish like 5th or 6th in the West and just go away.
Okay. let me just throw this out there and say my biggest surprise, besides the Celtics, because I thought they were going to be a gap here. I know y'all going to say that. My biggest surprise is how bad the Houston Rockets are playing. I thought the Houston Rockets would be fighting for number one seed in the West. I thought the Houston Rockets would be doing damage and killing everybody in the West. But how bad they're playing and how bad they're being coached, I didn't see that coming. I mean,
you need that point guard play, man, and they don't have it.
Yeah, badly. That's surprise number one. And surprise number two is I thought Dallas Mavericks were going to get some people back, and I thought they were going to play much better too. So I'm surprised about those two. Those are my two biggest surprises besides the Celtics. Obviously, that's a gimme.
Yeah.
Steve, you got a surprise? You want to jump in?
I have one. You guys are probably going to laugh at me. Other than the Celtics, the obvious one, Frank, on our show, I had the Celtics getting 45 to 48 wins. So they overachieved what I thought they would do. But the team that caught my attention, probably from about late January until now, is the Charlotte Hornets. They've been putting up
they are surprising.
Those guys have been putting up 134, 150.
Yeah.
When they played the Celtics, one of the times they beat the Celtics, and I was like, holy crap, where'd these guys come from? And I just did a quick glance at their record. They're like 27-10 since like January 22nd. So they've come like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All young guys too.
That's because the Knipples started playing better, started playing more. They gave him the ball more, and they're just moving the ball around. They literally remind me of the Celtics a lot. You know what I mean?
Which is why Knipples should be rookie of the year.
We just beat them the other day. They put up 10 points in the fourth. Ain't nobody worried about them. LaMelo, Jello, Othello, Pistons in 4.
Okay. Y'all heard him say that. All right, so let me move on to the next thing, man. Let's talk about this NBA 65 game rule, because there's a lot of people talk about the NBA 65 game rule.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah.
And what's your take of the NBA 65 game rule, D Jones? Because this is going. I mean, people are really getting serious about this, man. What's your take on this?
I can't lie. I actually had liked it because I was tired of people sitting out, and I thought it was a good rule. Until my guy got shot in his lungs. And now he's disqualified. But I still think like it's a rule. I kind of want to see. This might just be an outlier year that most of the top players couldn't qualify. I don't think they should change it. I think they should do more for tanking in this rule. So I'm not against this rule because, as you can see, 600 people didn't play yesterday.
Right.
So I think this is a way to get more of the stars to play if they can. If you get injured, you get injured. That's just part of sports. But if you can play 65 games, play it. I'm not mad at it.
Jay, where are you at with this NBA 65 game rule? Because Charles Barkley came out and told NBA players to stop talking. He said, shut up. Basically, he said, shut the hell up. This is his quote. Where are you at with that, Jay?
You can go back to like pick whatever show it was that we discussed it and whenever, man, but I'm on the record. I didn't like it then and I don't like it now. And this is why I don't like hard, fast rules. And it's only a rule that they implemented to appease whiny ass fans. That's the only reason that they implemented it, because players get hurt. So let's say Tatum, for instance, right? Let's say Tatum only missed the first half of the season because he was recovering, but then he comes back in January. No, I'm sorry, like late December, mid December. So he's only missed about 6 weeks of the season, and he rips the league up. He drops 40 a night. He gets 17 rebounds and 25 assists. He would not qualify to be MVP. So to me, whoever wins the MVP, honestly, almost has to have an asterisk because Cade's eliminated. I think Wemby maybe he's making it, but it's so many dudes who would be in the discussion, like Luka Doncic, people like that. That they're disqualified from the discussion because you implemented some dumbass game rule. So it's not about who the best player is. It's about who was the best player who played more than 65 games.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying.
And Edwards is shockingly not mentioned either because he was ripping up the league too before he got hurt.
I think Ant disqualified.
Yeah, he is disqualified. Yeah, he is disqualified. Steve, White Chocolate, where you at with this NBA 65 game rule? You like it or you hate it?
I kind of like it, but I do think they could make an amendment to it. To Jay's point, I think they should base it on the severity of the injury. Right? Cade Cunningham got a collapsed lung and missed it by 2 games. That's a legitimate injury, right? Mm-hmm. We have other guys that take like back-to-back nights off. They take the second night off for load management. That load management's not an excuse not to play. If they deem that the guy had like a sore ankle and sat out the second game and he missed, 30 games, then no, I don't think those guys. You can't have a guy that's the MVP and winning these awards with playing like 30 games. But I think if you base it on how severe their injury is, a torn Achilles, and the guy comes back and plays half the season and tears it up, maybe they can make an exception. That's maybe what they could do to try to make it so that players that are legitimately injured can come back and still have a shot. Especially Cade Cunningham only missed it by 2 games.
Yeah.
How about Giannis? Giannis could have been playing lights out all the time, and then he missed the last 30 games. So should he qualify? No.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about the NBA playoffs now because I wanted to jump into because the NBA playoffs are just about set. And I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to see who's squaring off, but the Pistons are playing the winner of the 8th play-in. And we're looking at that. We're looking at Cleveland playing Toronto in the East, New York playing Atlanta, and Boston playing the 7th and winner of the 7th play-in.
That's the Sixers, right?
Yeah, it looked like it could be the Sixers. But at the end of the day, D Jones, let's talk about first the Eastern Conference. Any surprises you think you're going to see between Detroit or Cleveland versus Toronto, or New York Knicks versus Atlanta, or the Celtics versus the 7th play-in? Any surprise you expect to see in the Eastern Conference?
Atlanta's going to push New York to at least 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing I can see stopping or happening in the first round of the Eastern Conference is Atlanta really pushing New York. Toronto show up when they want to. I don't trust RJ Barrett. Ingram's inconsistent. Scotty Barnes, he's a little inconsistent. But it depends on which James Harden you get. If you get playoff James Harden, then Toronto has a shot.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the closest game is going to be Atlanta and New York.
So you don't see any surprises, any upsets, nothing like that then?
So who's potential to play the Pistons? Is it like Charlotte and
whoever is going to be? You know how they do doing the play-in. They're doing the play-in. Whoever wins in the 8th seed for the play-in is going to win. I think
Joel Embiid's done, right? He's not playing.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is officially injured.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not Miami. I think the Celtics and the Pistons can beat anybody who they're going to face in that first round.
Okay, so you don't see any surprises. Jay, in the Eastern Conference, because we're talking about the Eastern Conference, do you see any surprise versus Detroit versus the number 8 play-in, Cleveland versus the Toronto Raptors, the Knicks versus the Hawks, or the Celtics versus the winner of the 7th play-in? You see any surprises?
Listen, man, this is going to sound crazy, but if Charlotte can advance, they can cause some problems for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Because them boys can put, that thing in the hole. Pause. The Hawks, Knicks should be interesting, but the Knicks went 2-1 against them this year,
and
they're still a really young team. So like they ain't been in the playoffs. So I don't know if the Hawks are going to fare as well as you would think that they would, because the Knicks have been there, done that, and they're going to be experienced and they're going to have home court advantage on top of that. So I don't think the Hawks are going to do too much. But this play-in is going to be interesting. It depends on who advances. Like the Philly's definitely not going to advance. I don't see how they do it without Embiid.
Right.
Orlando could be dangerous if they advance. But then again, man, they quit on their coach a lot. But the biggest surprise that could happen could be Charlotte advancing and causing problems to whoever they play against in that round.
Charlotte's my dark horse too. Steve, you heard the playoff matchups. You got Detroit versus who knows, Cleveland versus the Raptors, the Knicks versus Atlanta Hawks, and the Celtics versus the 7th play-in winner too. Who are you at? Where are you at with this?
Orlando is a team that scares me, Frank. We've been watching them for the last few years and talking
They got
about
talent.
Wait a minute, you mean the same Orlando team that just lost yesterday to
the scrubs? I know. Listen, I'm just looking at what kind of headaches
Styles make fights.
they've been giving the Celtics over the
minute.
last couple of years, and they match up with the Celtics. And if I was to look at a team that could force the Celtics to a 6th or 7th game, I'd be looking at them.
Okay, well, I 100% disagree with that one. Let me see what D Jones got. D Jones, where are you at with for the Western Conference? We got OKC Thunder versus the 8th seed play-in winner. We got the Lakers versus the Rockets, which I think the Lakers might get swept by, but you never know. You got the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Spurs versus the 7th play-in winner. Where are you at with that, D Jones? You see a upset anywhere? Because you know the West is a gauntlet, though. You know what I mean? You never know who's gonna come out in any of those rounds. But who you got?
I'm interested in seeing if the Clippers get that 7 seed and play the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kawhi gives San Antonio some problems. Besides that, the Lakers just in bad shape without Luka and Reeves. I don't think they get swept. I don't see LeBron getting swept, but I do want to see, and we should all appreciate the series between LeBron and KD because we might not see it no more. So I think if you're a basketball fan, appreciate it. No matter who wins, appreciate it. I got Houston in 5 in that series. I don't see any surprises. I think Joker take care of Gobert. And I think they'll get past. Minnesota don't look like the Minnesota old. So we'll see, though. I don't see any surprises.
Okay. So, Jay, Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves for the Lakers, they're squaring off against Houston. You got that. You got OKC versus the 8th win play-in. You got the Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves, San Antonio Spurs versus the 7th play-in. Which team will surprise you out west and will upset? Who you think is the dark horse?
Zion Williams is gonna pass up on a BBL. Wait, no, they're eliminated.
Yes, they're eliminated.
Okay. So let me think about this. So the Clippers can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But the one matchup the Clippers do not want is San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they'd be dangerous to anybody except San Antonio and OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Because both those teams are so long, so young, and so athletic, and they play great team defense and individual defense that they would just wear the Clippers down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they would wear Kawhi down. And so, I mean, while I want to say the Clippers, would be surprising, I don't like, because they're sitting in that 9th slot, which means that they're going to get the Spurs, right? That's what that means, right?
Yeah.
And to me, the Spurs are the worst possible matchup for them. So I'm going to say maybe the Phoenix Suns, because they get Minnesota, I think. Is it 6 versus 7?
Yeah.
Or is it 5 versus 6?
5 versus 6. I think it's 5 versus 6. Yeah.
Okay, so if it's 5 versus 6, then that's Houston get versus Minnesota.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see.
You know what? That means Phoenix gets the Lakers.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because they got to figure out who's going to be the 7th and 8th seed winner. You know what I mean? That's you got to wait and see that in the next couple of days. We're going to see that very soon.
The only real surprise to me can be if the Clippers make a run, because they're good enough to do that. But I just think they got a bad matchup.
I think the surprise to me is the Lakers and the Rockets, because the Lakers should beat the Rockets the way but
the Lakers are in 4th place, which means that they get Phoenix.
Yeah, but the Lakers could lose that too, but because the Lakers have so many injuries, you know what I mean? I mean, the Lakers, it was worst time possible for the Lakers to get these injuries. So
listen, man, Luka was over there in Serbia getting Deshaun Watson type massages was legal.
So he's
just resting up, bro.
Okay.
He wasn't hurt.
All right, we'll see. Steve, what you got to surprise in the West? Because we got OKC versus the 8th play-in winner. We got the Lakers versus the Rockets, the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves, and the Spurs versus the 7th in play-in winner. Who you got?
I like the Rockets against the Lakers. I think they're going to beat them. I just took a quick peek at their schedule. I know they weren't playing good for a little while, but they've won 9 of their last 10, including beating the Knicks as part of that stretch. That's probably really one of the only good teams they played. They beat Minnesota a couple times.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Rockets.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, Ime Duke is a good coach. I wouldn't sleep on them guys.
Yeah.
That's the only team I could see that could make any noise as a surprise. I still expect the top 3 to be the obvious OKC, San Antonio, and Denver with the Joker. So, I mean, those guys are going to continue to be favorites. It's not going to be a surprise there. But if I had a dark horse team, I'd pick Houston.
All right, let's get ready to wrap this up. We get the last question in. D. Jones, you got the last vote. We get the last question in, man. What's your take on Joel Embiid literally getting surgery at the worst time?
It fits Joel Embiid, man. He should just go do a podcast. Him and Anthony Davis. Just call it the Broken Body Podcast or something like that.
Dr. Glass.
Yeah, call it Team Glass. It's just unfortunate, man. Joel is a beast when he's 100% healthy, but he just can't stay healthy, man. I think his wisdom tooth will get hurt if he come back. Like, something's gonna hurt.
I ain't mad at you. Something is gonna hurt. I'm really sad for the Sixers with this situation.
He's a big man, bro.
I'm not. I didn't want to see him and Maxey.
Correct.
I didn't want to see that.
What's your take on this, Jay? Where you at with this, Jay?
Hey, I mean, if he's hurt, man, and I don't think that they're going to go far anyway. So if you need surgery, just get the surgery now, rehab over the summer, and be in the best shape possible, for next season. Mm-hmm. But fun fact, do you know what his stats are for this season? 27, 8, and 4 on 49% shooting.
Great stats.
So when he's on the court, he's giving out that work, man. So it is what it is, man.
Let me bring in Mo. I see Mo in there trying to come in and say something. Mo, what's up, man? You coming in when the show's going off? The last 3 minutes. What's up, Mo?
Nothing, man. Just I wanted to say, go New York, go. Since I didn't get to say it on Friday. I'm at my job, so I got to sign out. Y'all can follow me, MOE_comic, and we're going to bring back Friends and Headliners real soon. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Boom.
Steve, talk to me about this Joel Embiid situation, bro. Where you at with this, Steve?
Dude had to have appendectomy. I mean, that's not his fault.
Right.
I mean,
you got to take care of that.
There's nothing you can do about it. But I heard you guys earlier talking about shingles, and if he has bad luck, he's going to get that next.
Right.
So, and I have not had that, by the way. I've heard that you only get that if you've had the chicken pox, which I luckily escaped.
Yeah, me too. I never had that.
Never had any of that, but yeah, for him, it's just unfortunate, bad timing because he had time off to rest up, and he could have made some noise if he didn't have to go through this. So it's bad timing.
All right, y'all, that's the show. We gotta get ready to roll up out of here and get ready to wrap this up. Because D. Jones is the head comedian tonight. D. Jones, you start out first. Tell everybody else what's going on in your world and how we can follow you, bro.
Tonight, I'm going to share my other live with y'all. I got a podcast I do every Monday called The Monday Blues. Check us out on YouTube called The Monday Blues. It's just we talking dumb stuff. 313 D. Jones on all platforms. Damian Jones on Facebook. And Macadamia Nuts on Cash App.
Here it is. Macadamia Nuts. Jay, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro.
Hey, for the viewers, I recommend, if you want to hear some wild stuff like D. Jones just said, go over there and that podcast they got, man, because there's some about orgies and everything last week. With a chick, she's like, yeah, I do those. What? Okay. Hey, follow me at JD Hayes over at Fanbase, man.
Here it is. White Chocolate. Tell everybody out there we can follow you. And I will be on the show this week, bro. I'm looking forward to this Boston Straight Shooters. But go ahead, Steve.
Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube. We have a playoff preview this week. The Celtics and Bruins are playing, so yeah, it's gonna be lit.
Man, what day is coming on?
Thursday.
There it is. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about that and talking about all things Boston sports related. Okay, y'all. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for continuing to interact with us while we're online. We greatly appreciate that, especially all you out there watching us on YouTube. The name of the show is called Box Seats. We will be back again tomorrow talking about what else? Nothing but sports, NBA playoffs, and some stuff in the NFL I didn't touch on. We didn't talk about some of this golfing stuff that happened. We got a lot of stuff that we still got to cover, and we're gonna try our best to get to it tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m. Again, thank you again for watching. Peace.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
Can y'all hear me?